Let me tell you something about chaos. They thought they were clever, thought they were 10 steps ahead. They took your photo, your face, your energy, your presence, and handed it to the devil himself, not to destroy you. No, that would have been too simple. They wanted answers, control, a verdict. They believed if anyone could look at you and decode you, reduce you, explain you, it would be something born in the dark. But that's where they miscalculated. The devil doesn't fear fire. He was born in it. He doesn't fear screams, destruction, or endings. Those are his native languages. Hell doesn't scare him. Judgment doesn't shake him. Death doesn't even slow his breath. What the devil fears is something far more unsettling. He fears what cannot be measured, what cannot be predicted, what refuses to stay inside the lines he understands so well. He fears forces that don't follow rules, entities that don't bargain, minds that don't flinch, because the devil survives on patterns, on cycles, on repetition, sin, guilt, fear, temptation. He's seen it all before. He knows how it ends. But you don't repeat. You adapt. You don't collapse under pressure. You recalibrate. You don't spiral, you sharpen. That's what unsettles him. You are not chaos without direction. You are chaos that learned discipline. You are disorder with intent, a storm that knows exactly where it's going. The devil can tempt weakness. He can exploit fear. He can manipulate desire. But what do you do with someone who already faced their demons and didn't kneel? What do you do with someone who made peace with the dark and came back in control? You don't dominate that. You don't corner that. You don't judge that. You step back. Because the one thing the devil cannot stand is a force that doesn't need him, doesn't fear him, and doesn't play his game. And the moment he realized that about you, the balance shifted, not in his favor. When the devil looked at your photo, he didn't see a victim. He didn't see weakness. He didn't see confusion. He didn't see someone begging to be understood. He saw scars. Not the kind people try to hide, not the kind that apologize for existing, but the kind that speak. Each scar told a story of nights you should have broken but didn't. Moments where quitting would have been easier but wasn't chosen. Those scars weren't damage, they were credentials. He saw a history written in pressure, a body and mind shaped by impact, not protected from it. And then he saw your eyes, not fear, not hesitation, fire, not a flicker, not a spark waiting for permission. An inferno, contained, disciplined, patient. The kind of fire that doesn't rage wildly, but waits for the exact moment to move. He recognized that look instantly, because that look doesn't come from comfort. It comes from surviving places most people never return from. The devil saw someone who had already met their demons face to face and walked away with their spine intact. He saw someone who didn't pretend to be harmless, didn't disguise their edge, didn't sanitize their past to make others comfortable. He saw honesty, raw, unfiltered, unapologetic, and honesty like that makes even the devil uneasy, because lies are his territory, masks are his playground, fear is his currency. But you weren't hiding, you were standing there exactly as you are, scarred, alert, awake. He didn't see a target. He saw a force that learned how to survive without becoming hollow. Someone who could walk through darkness without letting it rot them. Someone who could carry chaos without letting it spill everywhere. And in that moment, the devil understood something the people who handed over your photo never could. You weren't meant to be hunted. You were meant to be reckoned with. They wanted him to find your fears, your limits, the soft places they could press to make you fold. They wanted a list. Weaknesses numbered, vulnerabilities highlighted, a clean, clinical breakdown they could use to control you. But what they handed over wasn't a profile, it was a contradiction they couldn't process. You were chaos, but not reckless, dangerous, but not unstable, dark, but not lost. You were disorder with a spine. Pain didn't scatter you. It organized you. Where most people unravel under pressure, you assembled. They expected to find emotional leakage, rage spilling everywhere, impulse masquerading as strength. Instead, they found restraint, timing, a mind that knows when not to strike. That's the paradox that scares them. You can burn and still choose not to. You can destroy and still wait. You can end things and still build. They don't understand that kind of balance because they live at extremes. They're either loud or silent, brave or broken, fake strong or secretly afraid. But you exist in the in-between, the space they don't study because it doesn't fit their narratives. You are chaos that learned patience. You are violence that learned mercy. You are darkness that learned direction. And that makes you unreadable to anyone who needs you simple. They thought you were fragile because you were quiet, thought you were weak because you didn't explain yourself. They confused silence with absence. What they didn't realize is that silence was where you trained. While they were looking for cracks, you were reinforcing structure. While they were hunting for breakdowns, you were refining control. They wanted something manageable, something predictable, something they could summarize in a sentence. Instead, they handed over a living system, a mind that adapts, a will that recalibrates, a presence that evolves, and nothing terrifies people more than something that refuses to stay the same version of itself. They weren't prepared for that, because you don't collapse, you update, you don't spiral, you strategize, you don't break, you transform. That's the paradox they never saw coming. Every heartbreak they thought would finish you became training. Every betrayal they assumed would poison you became calibration. Every loss they expected to hollow you out became pressure. And pressure does one of two things. It collapses people, or it forges them. You were forged. Pain didn't turn you bitter. It turned you aware. You stopped trusting noise, stopped believing promises, stopped mistaking words for truth. You learned to read patterns, to hear what wasn't being said, to notice who stayed quiet when things got uncomfortable. And that awareness, that's where your real power came from. They thought your past was proof that you were damaged. They didn't realize it was proof you were dangerous, because pain teaches lessons comfort never will. It taught you timing, when to move and when to wait. It taught you restraint, how to carry fire without letting it burn everything around you. It taught you discipline, the ability to feel deeply without reacting impulsively. Most people let pain leak out sideways, into anger, into self-destruction, into chaos they can't control. You did the opposite. You contained it, compressed it, refined it. You turned suffering into structure, trauma into tactics, loss into leverage. That's what they never saw coming. They expected your history to make you unstable. Instead, it made you precise. You don't explode anymore. You apply pressure exactly where it counts. You don't vent. You execute. You don't relive the past. You extract value from it. Every scar became a reminder, this didn't end me. Every failure became a data point. Next time, I move smarter. Every betrayal became a filter. Not everyone gets access. That's why you don't rush. That's why you don't chase. That's why you don't explain. You already paid the tuition. Pain didn't make you reckless. It made you intentional. And nothing scares people more than someone who suffered deeply and came back focused. That's why the devil hesitated. Not because you were evil, not because you were violent, but because you were free. Free from fear, free from approval, Free from the need to be understood, the devil recognizes cages. He builds them for others. But you burn them down and walk out calm. They wanted you judged, condemned, reduced to a warning. Instead, the devil saw a force of nature, a storm that doesn't ask permission, a fire that doesn't need oxygen, a presence that doesn't wait to be invited. You weren't shaped by circumstance. You mastered it. The devil didn't predict your fall. He saw your rise. He saw the moment you stopped being who they expected and became who you were always meant to be. Not prey, not victim, not pawn. A reckoning. So let them whisper. Let them speculate. Let them tremble. Their opinions are dust. Their judgments are noise. What matters is what you do with the fire inside you. Will you let it consume you? Or will you forge something undeniable? Because when they handed your photo to the devil, they didn't unleash him on you. They unleashed you on the world. And chaos doesn't ask for permission. It rewrites the rules and laughs while doing it. So smile. Smile like the Joker in a game they thought they controlled. Let them wonder. Let them fear. Because the greatest adversary they will never defeat is you.